This video illustrates the procedure for drawing and processing a specimen for the Ridge Diagnostics MDDScore test. Phlebotomy procedure. You will need the Ridge Diagnostics test requisition form, the front and back copy of the patient's insurance card and face sheet, a 10 ml red top blood tube, phlebotomy supplies for blood draw, pen for filling out the test requisition and labeling tubes, and a Ridge Diagnostics specimen guide. Fasting is not required and patients can be drawn any day of the week. On the top of the test requisition, please confirm the patient's name and date of birth have been completed. Confirm the height, weight, and gender have been entered. If this information is missing, please enter this information by asking the patient. The patient's face sheet and copy of the front and back of their insurance card should be stapled to the test requisition. You will need to complete each section of information in the laboratory section located at the bottom of the test requisition. Label a red top tube with the patient's name, date of birth, and sample collection date. Draw one red top tube. When applying the tourniquet, do not apply too tightly. It's important to loosen the tourniquet once blood begins filling the tube. Note, if other types of blood samples are being drawn, please draw the MDDScore specimen first. Enter the date and draw time on the test requisition in the laboratory section. Specimen preparation. You will need a blood tube rack, a timer, centrifuge, aliquot tubes from the Ridge Diagnostics specimen transportation kit, pipette, and refrigerator. After drawing the blood, immediately invert the tube 5 times and set upright in the test tube rack. Set the timer for 30 minutes to allow the blood to clot. Immediately after the blood has clotted for 30 minutes, place the tube in the centrifuge with another tube full of water to balance the centrifuge. Set the timer for 10 minutes and centrifuge at 1300 Gs. Note that the centrifuge speed will depend on the actual centrifuge used. If you are unsure, please call the laboratory for help in determining speed. Enter the centrifugation start time on the test requisition in the laboratory section. Label one aliquot tube for each patient with the patient's name, date of birth, and sample collection date and time. Pipette the serum from the centrifuge tube and transfer to the plastic aliquot tube. Screw the tap on tightly. Place up to 2 patients' specimen aliquot tubes in a specimen transport vial. Insert the absorbent material, close the vial with the cap, and screw tightly. Enter the pipette time on the test requisition in the laboratory section. Place the transport vial containing the aliquot tubes in the refrigerator until ready to pack and ship or until courier pickup.